Jessie and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. So today we have one I am very excited for, and that is going to be tier ranking all of my 2023 reads so far. So I've read about 90 books so far in 2023, and I wanted to just do like a mid-year check-in and wrap up to kind of share with you guys my thoughts on all these books, what I thought of them, and that's literally the same sentence twice. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm sure you guys can understand the premise of a tier ranker and me tier ranking my 2023 reads so far. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get straight into it. I'm going to try and go reasonably quickly so we're not here for forever, because most of these books I have read in vlogs. So if you want to check out my 2023 reading vlogs, I'll leave the playlist in the cards and you can probably find 90% of these books. A couple of them I have not posted the vlogs that they are in yet. They are coming within the next month, so if you see a book that you haven't seen yet, it's most likely in a reading vlog on the way, which is super exciting. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get straight into it. So here we can see my 2023 reads tier list. So I'll go through the categories. I didn't do anything too crazy, I just wanted to keep it simple. We've got Perfection on Paper. These are the top books. Incredible, like no notes, perfect. Then we've got Major Slay, which are very good books, probably a 4-star and above. Then we've got Pretty Good, self-explanatory, I would probably recommend. They're great, cool, good books. Then we've got Incredibly Average. These are just like so middle of the road, so mid, like I really don't have that many thoughts on them, but like I guess if you're looking for like a specific book like this, you might enjoy it. Then we've got which are like books that I do not remember reading, I have no recollection of, or I have very little recollection of, just ones that weren't very memorable. Then we have Big Flop, books that I didn't really like, did not kind of hit the mark for me, or maybe a bit disappointing. And then finally Burn It, just burn it. These are the worst books, they are not worth the paper that they are written on, kind of vibes. So firstly we have Shadow Me, which is the third novella in the Shadow Me series, which comes after the 4th book, and this was a big flop for me. This is from Kenji's point of view and everyone loves it, but to me it was basically just a recap of the book before without really adding anything new. So yeah, that was a little bit disappointing for me. The Roommate I actually did enjoy. I'm gonna put it in Incredibly Average. I think I gave it a 3.25 star. It's a very cute romance, but for me apparently the ending just really cringed me out and I just like couldn't really get over that. Redeemed, oh, this was a do I want to say, I think I'm gonna put it in Big Flop because I did not enjoy it too much. Firstly I started reading it ages ago. It took me so long to get into it. I was getting into it for a while, but then like towards the end I just completely lost interest again, and I found the characters a little bit cringy, so I did not enjoy that one. Same with Dating Dr. Dill, that's also a big flop. Also found the characters cringy in this, and yeah, I just didn't love it all too much. I just found it a bit ridiculous as well. The conflict was just so stupid in my opinion. Good Girl Complex can be burned. I hated this book. It felt so poorly written and so generic. It was basically like every Harry Styles fanfiction on Wattpad in like 2013. It was so poor. It was like the bet trope type of thing. So it was like After, but like less entertaining. Do you know what I mean? Because you don't have the interesting characters, or at least the entertaining characters. So did not like that one. Burn It as well, How to Kill Your Family. I've got a really low start to the video. This one was so disappointing. I was, again, found it so slow to get into it. I was reading it for ages, and then I picked up the audiobook and I was really starting to enjoy it again, and then the ending completely ruined this book. It was so poor. The Traveling Cat Chronicles was pretty good. This was so cute. I think I gave this a 4-star. Cried a lot in this book, but it was very cute and I did really enjoy it. The Last Conversation, I'm trying to think of which one this was. This is by Paul Tremblay. Okay, so I do remember this. This was very good. I don't know whether to put it in Major Slay. I think I'm going to keep it in Pretty Good because I did enjoy it very much. But again, it's a short story, so I find it a bit difficult to put it quite that high. Loathe to Love You, the Steminist novellas. So I enjoyed the last one. The other two fell a bit flat for me, so I'm going to put this in Incredibly Average. This was a very 3-star set of novellas for me. All of Ali Hazelwood's full-length books has been 5 stars for me, but unfortunately these were super reminiscent of each other, more so than her other books are, and I just really didn't enjoy a lot of the like characterization, I think, and especially in the first one the smut is atrocious. Atomic Habits is pretty good. I did enjoy this one. It's been on my TBR forever. it's on my TBR this month, so you can see I did read it already this month, so well done me. But yeah, this was pretty good. I did enjoy it. Kim Jung, born 1982. That is going to be a major slay. I really did enjoy this one. I thought it was an excellent book. Had a lot of important conversations about misogyny and things like that, and I had a great time with it. Same with Cultish, I actually really enjoyed. I might put this in pretty good, because to be fair, it is like a non-fiction, so like things like I'm Glad My Mum Died I'd put in like top tier non-fiction. This is just slightly below it, so I'd probably put it here. This is just an interesting book about the kind of language that cults use. I would have loved it to have a bit more of a focus on specific language rather than kind of the way it was kind of generalized, but I did enjoy it. Summer Frost by Blake Crouch. Again, this was also pretty good. I really enjoyed that one. That was a fun time. This is about AI, which was really interesting, and it's part of the Forward collection of novellas, and I read 3 of them last year, and then Summer Frost and The Last Conversation this year, and I finally finished them off, which was great. Then we have Magnolia Park's A Long Way Home. This is a major slay. My least favourite in the Magnolia Park series, but I did still really enjoy it, and I had a great time with it. I do just prefer the Daisy Hates books to the Magnolia Parks one. Mooncake, I'm going to put this in, I think I gave it like a 4 stars, but actually I'm going to put it in because I can't really remember it too much. It was very good. I definitely enjoyed it. I think I gave it like a 4 stars, but unfortunately I just cannot really remember it, unfortunately. So yeah, that's going in not for it being a bad book. None of the books in necessarily are going to be bad, it's just I really can't remember them. Same with The Trees Grew Because I Bled There. I remember like one of these short stories. This is a short story collection like of horror novellas and short stories, as I said. Again, yeah, this one I really can only remember one of them, which is so weird because I gave it like 4 stars. I think I enjoyed it. Disfigured by Amanda Leduc, I'm going to put in big flop. Unfortunately for me, this did not work as a non-fiction. This felt really meandering. I feel like it kind of wanted to be a memoir, but the memoir sections were like in between the sections talking about fairy tales, and it just felt kind of not very well edited or executed for me, kind of just like very meandering type of thing. The Giver, I think is pretty good. I did enjoy this one. I also gave it a 4 stars. This is definitely the strongest in the series so far. I've read the next 2 books, and unfortunately they did not hit quite as hard, but overall I did enjoy it. Ghosted also is pretty good. I really enjoyed this one. This is a very cute little romance, and I was reading it for ages, and I finally finished it, and I did enjoy it. House Across the Lake is actually a major slay. I love this. I still think about this book. I read it about a month or 2 ago, and I quite frequently think about it. I loved the twist in this. I loved the way it went. It really committed, and I just had such a fun time with it, so I really enjoyed it. Daisy Hates 2. Is this Daisy Hates 2? Either way, perfection. I love this book. This is the first in our perfection section. That rhymed. I absolutely adore this book. So good. I had such fun time with it. I cannot wait for the next Magnolia Park book out next year. Absolutely adored it. No notes. The Housemaid's Secret was a bit of a big flop for me. Unfortunately, I just did not enjoy it as much as The Housemaid, which I'll actually do now. I'll put that in pretty am I putting it in incredibly average, or no, I think it was pretty average. The twist wasn't surprising to me, and overall it was okay. Like, it was okay. Both of them were just okay. The Housemaid's Secret was more of a copy of this one, and both of them I felt like kind of made a caricature of the villain, which I didn't enjoy too much. The Wedding Crasher was pretty good. I really enjoyed this one. I had such a fun time listening to this via audiobook, and yeah, it was such a cute romance, and I was really pleased with it. Final Girl Support Group was perfection on paper. I had such a fun time with this book. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was excellent. One of my favourite reads of the year so far. Rock Paper Scissors. Where do I want to put this? Because I'm debating between major slay and pretty good. I think I'll put it in major slay actually, because I did find it really gripping and I really enjoyed it. I gave it like a 5 stars when I first read it, but I'd probably bump it down to a 4.25 or so. Really gripping thriller though. I enjoyed that. House of the Haunted House, also a major slay. The only reason this wasn't a 5 stars because it was a little bit slow getting into the story, but overall I had a fun time. This was super creepy. Some of these scenes really creeped me out, and Grady Hendrix has quickly become a favourite author of me, so I love his book. The Infinity Between Us is going in I can't remember this at all. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about that one. Daisy Darker was a flop, unfortunately. Well, is it a flop? I might put it in incredibly. I'm trying to think now. No, it was definitely more Housemaid's Secret vibe than The Housemaid. The plot twist in this I did not enjoy. This was not good. All good people here is burning. This was not a good book. I gave it like a 2 stars, I think. I read it from a Goodreads video. But yeah, this was not very good. It's basically just a complete rip-off of the John Benet Ramsey case, but without like acknowledging that. And yeah, this was not very good at all. And the epilogue was so rushed and it didn't really make sense. I didn't think it was very good at all. Idle Burning, incredibly average. I did enjoy it for what it was, but yeah, I don't think I'll remember this very much longer. It was just very average. All the Dangerous Things was actually pretty good, especially considering I did not like Flicker in the Dark very much. Flicker in the Dark is going in big flop for me, just because I found it very predictable and I didn't enjoy it at all, and I found it a bit of a drag. All the Dangerous Things, however, I actually really did enjoy. I was very pleasantly surprised by it, so I think I'm definitely going to pick up another book from her in the future. Twisted Hate was a big flop for me. I did not enjoy this very much. I enjoyed it more than the other Twisted books, but yeah, I just don't like Anna Huang's writing, I think, unfortunately, and I've had to read all 3 of these books for a video, so unfortunately it's just not for me, and I have had to read them and I do not enjoy them as much as most people do for some reason. No Such Thing as an Easy Job. It was kind of pretty good, but I think I'm actually going to put it in incredibly average, just because it was good. It was fine. I think I might have given it a 4-star, but like, I don't think it's quite as good as the other books in this pretty good tier, so it's going there. Weasels in the Attic did flop for me, unfortunately. I love the cover, it's so cute. This is a collection of 3 short stories, and I was told they were really weird, but they were actually really boring, so that was a flop for me. Note to Self is also a flop. This is by Connor Franta, and it was one of the oldest books on my TBR, and I've never got around to it, and I think if I read it in like 2016, I would have really enjoyed it, but it was very much a product of its time. The Maid by Nita Prose. This was incredibly average, to be honest. I don't really see why this won the Goodreads Choice Awards. It was a little bit boring, a little bit predictable in parts, and unfortunately I just didn't enjoy it quite as much as everyone else seemed to. Twisted Love. No, I think it is going in burnout, unfortunately. I think it is on the same level as Good Girl Complex, and unfortunately I just didn't like it. The guitar playing and the borderline stalking is just not for me, unfortunately. But I did prefer Twisted Hate, and I have tentatively slightly higher expectations for Twisted Lies, so we'll see. The Castaways, I'm putting in pretty good. I did actually really enjoy this one. This was a fun little kind of missing aeroplane type of thriller, remote island type of thing. Pine is going in hot. I can't really remember this. Slash, I also did not really know what was going on half the time, so that's why that's going in there. Final Offer, I gave like 5 stars at the time. I might put this in incredibly average, actually, because I don't think it was quite as good as Ghosted, and it follows very similar themes. So if you liked one of these, I definitely think you might like the other one. It's very similar. Childhood, friends to lovers to strangers to lovers again, single mum, and man that struggles with alcoholism, so very similar vibes. But yeah, I did enjoy both of these, but definitely thought Ghosted was a bit better, or quite a significant amount better, to be honest. Killers of a Certain Age is a major slay. I had such a fun time reading this, and it was definitely super duper unexpected for me. I didn't expect to like it so much, but I absolutely adored it. I thought it was fantastic, and I had such a great time reading it, really enjoyed it. Then we have Daisy Hates 1, absolutely incredible book, 5 stars, no complaints. We're gonna burn Breasts and Eggs because I found it so boring, like ridiculously so, and did not enjoy it really one bit, to be completely honest. The Man Who Died Twice, although it wasn't a 5-star, I might put it up here in Perfection on Paper, because I did enjoy it more than all these other books. I think on a reread I would give it 5 stars. I think I like put it down for a bit and then picked it back up, and that's kind of why the reading experience wasn't quite as good for me. But I think reread I'd probably give the whole series 5 stars. But yeah, that's going in the top tier because it's definitely my favourite of the Thursday Murder Club books, and I think the others are probably going to go in major slay. I might as well just do that now, put the other Thursday Murder Clubs in a major slay. Some of these have like duplicated, and I don't know why that's really annoying, but yeah, that's where those ones are going. Best in the Movies was pretty good. I thought this was so cute. This is a really cute rom-com, very reminiscent of like 2000s rom-com movies in a book, and I thought it was so cute. I'd love to read more from Lynn Painter. I had a great time with this. The Hunting Party was definitely incredibly average, very much a generic run-of-the-mill thriller, but it was fine. I think I gave it maybe like a 3.75. Like, it was very much fine. Sin Nude is going in I can't remember this. I think I gave it a 4.75 maybe. I'd love to reread it, but I can't remember any of the short stories. I remember 3. Now I remember 3 of the short stories, okay, but that's literally it, and it's got like at least 10. So yeah, for some reason short story collections just don't stick with my mind for some reason. The Tea Dragon Society, I thought these are very cute, but like for some reason I don't think graphic novels hit as much for me as they do for other people, so I'm going to put these all in average. All of these ones, they were good, don't get me wrong, like I did think they're very cute. If you're a graphic novel lover, then these are definitely for you, but unfortunately for me I don't have the 3rd one on here. I did read the 3rd one, but oh, this one actually has all 3 of them in, but you can't see in the picture, okay. But let's just let's just remove that and then put the Tea Dragon Society that represents all of them, because I gave them all pretty similar ratings. They're kind of very average, but very cute graphic novels. Killjoy is very average. It's very average. It's a cute little novella if you liked Good Girl's Guide to Murder, but obviously nowhere near as good as the other books. It just kind of was good. It was cute and just like fun to be back with the characters. Small things like these can be burnt. I did not enjoy this. It was incredibly boring for such a short book, which is impressive in itself, but did not enjoy it at all. Gathering Blue, incredibly average. This was not as good as The Giver in my opinion, but it was like interesting, I guess. I just feel like not much happened in the plot. Our Lives Under the Sea was a big flop for me. I was really anticipating this one. I was really excited for it, and unfortunately for me it just didn't work the way I wanted it to, and I didn't love it with my whole heart. Legends and Lattes Major Slay. This was so cute. I really enjoyed this. I read this in my last 24-hour readathon, I believe, and I really enjoyed this one. No, I read it in reading 1,000 pages in a day, and it was so cute. I really enjoyed it and had a great time with it. Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating is going in the average section. I did enjoy this one, but it was just fine. It was not my favourite Christina Lauren, probably one of my least favourites, but yeah, didn't love it too much. Sadie is also going incredibly average. I had such high expectations for this, but it just fell flat for me, and I didn't really enjoy it too much. True Love Experiment is a major slay. This was so sweet. I really loved it. I definitely think I really loved the ending to this. This is one of my favorite kind of like true feelings reveal, I guess, that I've read in a romance book. I thought it was so sweet. I really enjoyed it. The It Girl was a bit of a flop for me, I'm gonna say. Unfortunately, well, flop is a bit hard because I did like it more. I'm gonna put it in incredibly average because it is very much a very average dark academia inspired thriller, but overall it wasn't bad. If you like those kind of vibes, I think you would enjoy it. Paris Apartment, also incredibly average, not quite as good as The Hunting Party, but I did find the midpoint twist very good. Vegetarian Burn, I've talked about this a lot. I did not like this book one bit. Love Theoretically was so cute. I'm gonna put this in Perfection on Paper. This was absolutely adorable and I loved it so much. Same for True Crime Story, same for Happy Place. These books are incredible. So we've got a really good stack here. I love these books. Sorry, I need to talk about these separately. Firstly, Love Theoretically, so cute, major slay. Well, it's a major slay, but it's in Perfection on Paper. True Crime Story, I love this. This is one I also still think about the twist. This really caught me off guard and I loved it. It's mixed media, which is so fun. Happy Place, I said in my reading vlog, both these books made me so happy. They're just so warm feeling. Happy Place, I just have literally no critiques of whatsoever. I thought it was absolutely magnificent as a book. House in the Cerulean Sea was so sweet. I loved the characters. Everyone was so cute and I had such a great time with it. Mysterious Case of the Absent Angels, major slay. I did actually really enjoy this one. My favourite Janice Hallett that I've read so far and had a lot of fun with it. These Violent Delights was pretty good. I gave it 4 stars and I'd definitely be intrigued to read the other books in the series. We've got some duplicates here now that we're going to try and avoid because that's really annoying. Anyway, Restore Me was probably, I'm gonna go in half because I can't really remember what happened and I also think nothing happened. It was very much a filler book for me. Wrong Place, Wrong Time, Perfection on Paper. This was such a slay. This was so good. The more I think about it, the more I enjoy it. I also read this for my Goodreads video and had such an amazing time with it. I thought it was really excellent and really doing something unique in a genre that is sometimes a little bit overdone. Bear Town as well I read recently and it was incredible. The writing is what did this for me. I'm never normally like a huge writing girly. I never normally notice good writing, like incredible writing. I only really noticed bad writing and this writing was incredible. It was so like quietly powerful and I absolutely adored it. Peaks Girls going in, I can't really remember it to be honest. It Happened When Someone was pretty good. That's all I really have to say on that. But the sequel, Hook, Line and Sinker, was a bit of a flop for me, unfortunately. Actually, I'm going to put it in incredibly average. It wasn't a huge flop, but yeah, it was just not as good as the first one. Mysterious Affair at Stars by Agatha Christie, I cannot remember at all. Illuminae though was a major slay. Really enjoyed this one and had a great time with it. I thought it was really outside my comfort zone, but such a fun sci-fi book. Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me. This is also going incredibly average. I just don't think I'm a graphic novel girly. I don't think it's for me. Unfortunately, I just didn't really enjoy it as much as I'd kind of hoped. I feel like with graphic novels, they never quite hit as much as I want to, and I think I just need a more in-depth story for me to enjoy it. Reckless Girls is going in I really can't remember it too much. Horror Store was Perfection on Paper. This is such an unpopular opinion, but this was such a slay for me. I had such a fun time with it and I really enjoyed it. This definitely exceeded all of my expectations and potentially was up there with Final Girl Support Group from one of my favourite Grady Hendrixes. And he is very like hit or miss, very Marmite, and I just seem to love all of his books. The Inheritance Games, is this going in major slay? I think it's going in pretty good. I did enjoy it. I read it all in one sitting in a video that's coming up. And unfortunately, I just don't think I loved it quite as much as everyone else does, but I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I didn't really have any strong criticisms, but it just felt good. I really enjoyed it. I'm not super invested in the romances though. I don't know whether that will come with the rest of the series, which I am excited to read. But yeah, just wasn't quite as perfect for me as it is for other people, I think. The Heart Principle, I did not enjoy. I felt this was really tonally off. Like the vibes were just not there, and it kind of flitted between like intense trauma and then like a little romance. I didn't really enjoy that. The Book of Cold Cases is going also in because I can't really remember. Actually no, I do remember it. I'll put it in incredibly average because this was a little bit disappointing for me. I did have quite high expectations. The Messenger's going in big flop because the ending is absolutely atrocious. Night Bitch I also found a little bit disappointing. I had quite high expectations for this one and it just didn't hit for me, unfortunately. Twisted Games, yeah, I'll put this in big flop too. It wasn't quite as bad as Twisted Love. It wasn't as good as Twisted Hate, but I just didn't love it. First Magnolia Parks is Perfection on Paper. I absolutely adored it, had a great time with it. The Black Flamingo is pretty good. I really enjoyed that one. And yeah, had a great time with it. And that is the end, actually. Wow, okay. So these are the books I've read this year. I'm really happy that the biggest categories are towards the top. Obviously, Big Flop is still pretty big. It's a little bit later and my camera battery died and I had to charge it up and then I had to go out. But I was basically just saying that I was really pleased that there are double rows on all the top rows. I know there's one further down, but I'm still really happy that there's like double rows because it shows that we're having a good reading year. And I do think the majority of my reads I am enjoying more, and definitely potentially more than last year too. So yeah, super duper happy with the way that this looks. And yeah, I've had some really excellent reads this year. Everything in the top row especially, just phenomenal. So yeah, I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a like down below. Hit subscribe, turn on the bell, join a little club, and make sure you turn on all notifications. Then you'll be notified every single time I post a new video. If you watch my other videos, there'll be 2 on screen now to pick from, as well as a load linked up in the cards from earlier. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!